Ford.
Carter.
So Ford runs with Bob Dole as the vice president.
I only know Bob Dole, just Norm Macdonald. That's it.
Bob Dole.
That's it.
There's a great documentary about presidential debates. It's one of the best documentaries. It's like a PBS documentary about presidential debates. And they talked to a lot of the guys, the real guys. It's like PBS or something. Bob Dole debated Walter Mondale, who was Jimmy Carter's guy, his vice president. And they asked Mondale about this moment. They're talking about war and military. And Bob Dole said, well, the Democrats, they love war. It was World War II. That was a Democrat war. And he said that. And then they cut to Mondale going like this. And he said, and then they cut to Mondale in the documentary. It's 6:00.
Is that real?
Country, yeah. You got to know it's 6:00.
Is it The Purge? What is this? They blare this at... I was like, this is terrifying. We're not coming back to the woods.
I drank too much coffee.
So Walter Mondale and Norm Macdonald are having the debate.
So he's debating Norm Macdonald, and Dole says this is World War II. That was a Democrat war. And Mondale says in the documentary, "I knew we were going to win that was it. That was the moment that won the election." So that's apparently
it used to be like that. It used to be one gaffe.
Yes.
That was it. Like
right.
Fucking wasn't it Quayle couldn't spell something?
Yes, but Dean. What's his name?
Dean.
Bye.
Meanwhile,
Hart with a woman on his knee,
no,
on a yacht.
What was that?
Gary Hart was supposed to be the president of the United States. Yeah. He was a Kennedy-like, beautiful-looking guy. He was a Democrat from, I don't remember what state Gary Hart was from, but he was beloved. And then they found a picture of him on a yacht in Bimini with a girl on his knee that wasn't his wife. See ya. That was the end of him. And Bob Dole, by the way, was a war hero.
Yeah.
He was in some horrible hill in Europe. And he was one of those guys where when a medic found him, he just took some of his blood and put an M on his forehead, which means morphine. And all that is to tell anybody coming by,
drug him, he's dead.
Just give him more morphine. He's not going to make it. I don't have any on me. So, and then they sent Bob Dole home to Kansas. And his father, get up, Rosie, get up there. His father owned a drugstore. And they would just take him to the drugstore, and he was just like this, and they'd just lean him against just let him sit in the corner. And nobody thought he could hear because he looked so fucked up. And some neighbor pointed right at him. Some neighbor sitting at the ice cream counter, the drugstore, pointed at Dole and said to his friend, I would kill myself if that was me.
Oh, no.
And Dole heard this, and it was the most pitiful moment in his life. And it was the moment that turned him around because he realized I gotta start working out. I can't. Yeah. I'm so close. Somebody just said that if they were me, they would kill themselves.
Yeah.
And he felt so sorry for himself. But the next thought was, it's time for me to start. And he became almost twice president. I met Dole. I've met some weird people. I met him. I was a writer at Conan, and Dole was a guest. And I remember thinking at the time, fuck Bob Dole. He's the one guy I would be rude to him. You know, like you fantasize. Yeah. I wouldn't even be nice to that guy. I would be rude to that guy if I met him. And I was standing outside the studio, and the elevator's open, and out comes Bob Dole with no entourage. Like you picture, he was at the time, he was like the fucking Senate Majority Leader, and he came out alone. He held a pen in his right hand always, because his right hand was crippled,
and that's why he would shake with his left.
Yeah, because he didn't want you to reach for his right, and he didn't want you to be embarrassed. So he held a pen there So and you'd see it. So
That's thoughtful.
So you'd ask for his left hand. Yes.
Isn't that the worst when you shake someone's hand? They have like
and they
one
go, sorry,
finger.
in World War II. So
you go, well, now I feel gross.
Yeah. So he walks out of the elevator, and I'm standing there, and he just walks right up to me, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Bob Dole." And I go, "Yeah, you don't have to. There's a producer. I'll get a producer.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll help
I'm
you.
not.
I'll help you.
You don't stop at me. Like I'm telling him to just keep walking.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, what's your name?" My name's Louis. He goes, what do you do? And I go, I'm a writer. I'm a comedy writer. He goes, that's hard. Boy, that's hard. That's a hard job. Trying to be funny. That's a damn hard job. How'd you come to that? And I go, I'm stand-up comedy. Oh, that guy, that's even harder. Yeah, comedy. I got to really respect you. He just stood there and talked to me.
Yeah.
And I said, where are you coming from? He goes, well, I just had to give a speech at this thing. And, luckily got to go early because I'm in the D's because my name's Dole, you know what I mean? Just made a few cheap jokes, and he let the fucking conversation have an arc, and then he went like, will you tell me who I should speak to? Like he did the whole, and I introduced him to the producer, and I was like, I love Bob Dole. I love Bob Dole. He's my favorite guy in the world. All right. Carter wins, and Carter was the first truly liberal president. Like he was such a liberally minded president. Jack Kennedy had liberal politics, but he was also about being the first Catholic, first Irish Catholic president in the United States. And he was about his dad bought him the election, just bought it with a suitcase of money. And he was a powerful fucking guy from a legacy of smugglers.
Yep.
And, but Jimmy Carter was a farmer, a peanut farmer from Georgia, who rose to be governor of Georgia because he was a conscientious guy and he got involved in local politics and he made his way up. He was like John Adams. He was just a guy who saw problems, saw ways to solve them, and he was really about helping people. He was really about that was his heart. I'm saying, right? And his brother Billy. So the saddest thing in the world is Billy Carter, because Billy was a joke in America when I was a kid. He was just a fun. They had Billy Beer they had a brand of beer named after him, and he died alcohol poisoning.
Jesus,
he was just a known drunk.
a beer for him.
Yes, he was just a known drunk idiot that everybody made fun of. And I saw one interview with Jimmy where he talked about Billy, and he was very bitter about it. He said Billy was a very wise, smart and gentle soul who never drank his whole life. He just wasn't a drinker. And when I became president, it killed him because people went down. They got interested in who's the president's brother.
Started interviewing him and shit.
Him, and he had these little country wisdom, and people liked it. So they started printing his things.
But then,
he started going on speaking tours. And he starts getting used by people. I could use Billy Carter. And he's doing speeches and he's on the road and he starts drinking because that's the lifestyle and it actually helps you get through it. And he became an alcoholic. And he says, Jimmy said in this interview, like, they kill my brother, these people. They kill my brother.
Can't do the road without booze.
No, it's hard, but you need to learn how to do it.
No.
You're going to die. How old was Billy Carter when he died? How old was Billy Carter when he died?
Fucking jinx me.
Let me know when not jinx you, warn you. There's a fucking difference. Fucking idiot. Jinx.
You gonna jinx me?
It's like you go to a doctor, he's like, you're going to get pancreatic cancer if you don't change your diet. And you're like, what are you, jinxing me?
That's a bit of a jinx.
No,
that's a jinx.
No, it's not. It's a fucking useful warning.
Like, I've never even heard of pancreatic cancer. You just brought that into
Bill
my world.
Hicks died of pancreatic cancer.
Billy Carter was 51 when he died.
Okay, how old are you?
34.
You've got how many years between? Will you do the math? Look up the math on on Google. Google, how much is 51 minus
17?
You got 17 years left unless you stop drinking on the road. 17
That's pretty
years left.
good.
Okay, if that's how many you want. I'm 54. You die younger than me. Okay. Jimmy Carter.
Everybody always says
here's
he
how
sucked.
liberal Jimmy Carter
Everybody
was.
said he sucked.
What?
Everybody says Jimmy Carter sucked.
Yeah, that's the way they talk about folks. It's just a stamp.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter did a few really
he
courageous
put solar
things.
panels on the White
House. Of all, they had the fucking so there was in San Francisco, Harvey Milk was running for mayor or for whatever, and they had this thing, Prop 2 or something. It was this anti-gay bill in California, and it was a huge, like, hot button fucking like stay away from it kind of thing. And it was like whatever it was, like yes, no on 2 meant stop this gay anti-gay thing. And there's this great footage of Jimmy Carter at a rally, and he gives a speech, and then he goes off, and then someone gets to him because he went, whoa, no on 2. You got to go no on 2. Like, he came out heavy for gay rights, which was big back then.
Yeah.
So he's president.
Huge. I mean, they were like, Hillary was voting against it in 2013.
That's right. Obama till fucking to the last second.
2013.
Yes.
Or it was either 11.
No, Obama was like, I don't think 2 men, and then they passed the thing. He was like, oh no, I
liked it.
My daughter said it's okay.
Like, I don't want those fruits getting married.
Yeah. So Jimmy Carter, way ahead of the game. A great thing about Jimmy Carter is that I'd always heard this, that there's 2 weird things about him. One is that he caught a fucking fly ball at a game, which is really rare.
Yeah.
You're a president. At the time he was a former president. The odds of a former president catching it's insane.
Yeah.
There's something weird about Jimmy Carter, because also I always heard this thing that he saw a UFO, and that he'll tell you if you ask him, but he doesn't like talk about it, but he will tell you. And so there's this movie out now called Phenomenon, not the John Travolta thing. It's a documentary about UFOs, and I don't know how real it is.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of stories. It comes across really real. So did Close Encounters. I mean, I don't know, cinema can create a lot of illusions, so I don't know, but it was compelling. But the most compelling thing, because it's you talk to a guy, he said what he said, right?
Yeah.
So in the extras, not in the movie, but if you watch the extras, I don't know why this isn't in the movie, but there's some kid in a wheelchair, like, blowing on a one of those guys like this, and you have to wait while he goes, Mr. President, can I ask you a question? One of those guys went to a book signing of Jimmy Carter, and you see Jimmy, this is footage, Jimmy's signing books, and then they bring over a wheelchair guy, and he says, can I ask you a question? And he wasn't taking questions, but he's like, sure, because he's in a wheelchair, which means he's a saint. Only really great people are in wheelchairs. There's no assholes in wheelchairs. It doesn't exist. So he asks Jimmy Carter, is it true that you saw a UFO? And Jimmy Carter goes, yes. And he asks him, what was it like? And he said, it's exactly how they're described.
Yeah.
It's like, it was a strange pill-shaped thing. It was floating, not making any sound, and then it just vanished. It just took off. And he said, when you became president, did you tell them, the State Department? He said, yeah. And they said, just don't worry about it.
Don't even worry about it, dude.
Yes. Jimmy Carter also put on a sweater, and he made a speech where he said, yes, we have an oil crisis, but please just wear a sweater, turn the heat down. He's like, we got to change the way we live. People don't like to be told that in America.
No.
He's like, we got to change the way we live. There's less oil. And we're having to blow up countries in the Middle East because of the oil. It's a problem.
It
was the first energy crisis, and there was gas lines around the block. People couldn't get a fucking tank of gas.
It's not America's.
Piss off Americans.
Yeah. It's not America's fault. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. When a world leader's like, even they're doing it now with the inflation. They're like, just don't eat as much. It's like, you guys are eating.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's the part. That's the hard part. It's like, you fuckers.
Just crank the handle.
It's like, let them eat cake. It's the same thing.
People aren't going to start moving slower. You're not going to take the human race and say, everybody just...
Yeah. Especially
all of us.
But you have to do it. If the
Listen,
world
China,
leaders...
India, I know you're trying to get out of poverty. I know you're trying to turn on air conditioning so you don't get malaria every 5 minutes. But just a little...
Yeah.
Just put a little... So it's just inevitable. And I think the problem is that you got your nerds. This is American history. Nerds and cowboys. Nerds figure shit out. Cowboys make shit happen. But there's a divide now. Climate denial goes 2 ways. The cowboys are pretending the shit's not changing, and of course it's changing. And the nerds are pretending that folks can just that it's a morality. It's like we can just all just quiet down, turn the lights off. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
If they all came to the table and said, yes, this is happening, but we're not going to slow down, then the cowboys would fix the fucking, there'd be a big vacuum cleaner going.
Yeah,
Like, people talking about terraforming Mars. Do that here. I'm talking straight out of my ass.
No, but
I have no idea what I'm talking about here. I have no idea.
My buddy Steve Gerby,
Uninformed opinion.
Gerby's always talks about it, where he's like, I mean, it's not his opinion. He's just the first guy that brought it to me. Is like, we need to burn the resources we have now to figure out how to fucking stop it. Like we can't turn it down now.
Right.
It's too late. We need to work.
Well, like
to find
I read a
fucking,
great interview with the guy in the Wall Street
probably
Journal.
fucked that up for Gerby's. My bad.
No, the guy this guy in the Wall Street Journal. He's a Pennsylvania guy who is a big natural gas guy. Him and his brother started buying natural gas, and they're like the biggest guys. And he's a big proponent for it as an environmentalist. He says it burns way cleaner, and it's the road to these next things.
Yeah.
He says you can't, every time that you regulate against natural gas, you make people burn coal. The other thing is, do you know what the last time I looked, the number 4 polluting industry in the whole world? Number 4.
Bitcoin.
No, Bitcoin's big.
Farming. Isn't farming number 1?
No, number 4 is the energy, the fucking carbon from creating solar panels.
Oh no!
Because the Chinese do it very cheaply. Here, to make a solar panel, like the wafer, it takes a huge amount of energy, and because of the regulations here, we make them very slowly and carefully, making sure everybody's okay. And it takes a long time, and it's very expensive. But the Chinese just use coal and pour it and make these things. They're super cheap, and then we buy them. And we're buying so many of them because of Obama's policy that it's through the roof. It's killing the environment to make solar panels. It's look, Elon Musk, he makes electric cars. So you know how cap and trade works? So cap and trade means that if you're an auto manufacturer, you have, I'm making up numbers, but let's say you can put out 75 million tons of car. You can make cars that will create 75 million tons of carbon. That's the cap. Okay. Now, if you manage to actually get under 75 and you only put out 50 tons, you can sell 25 tons to another car manufacturer. Okay. So a car manufacturer that's making 75 tons can actually make 100 because he bought that way you just know that there's 3 manufacturers, they're putting out 75 each, and that's tolerable. And so the way you keep them under, it's an incentive. You only put out 25 tons. Congratulations. You can sell that to GM and they can put out. So Elon Musk's cars have none. They put out 0 tons and they sell 100% of their so they actually are they're helping more carbon go into the atmosphere. And that's how they turn a profit. That's their biggest profit point. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's all right.
I have no idea.
Fuck it. It's interesting.